So, we really need to have a serious conversation about the word clean. Most of you probably treat it as just a visual state, right? Like no
Mhm.
dust on the shelves, floors are shiny, the trash is empty.
But relying on those visual cues is actually pretty dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. We've been doing a deep dive into the source material, Beyond the Broom, the science of specialty cleaning. And it makes this incredibly compelling argument. We are not talking about standard janitorial maintenance here.
No, not at all. We are looking at the high-stakes world of specialty cleaning, where the objective isn't aesthetics, it's risk management.
Right.
The core distinction the text makes is between cleaning and remediation. A janitor cleans, but a specialty technician remediates.
And that matters because standard cleaning protocols are really just designed for surface level hygiene.
Exactly. Specialty cleaning deals with what the industry calls high-consequence biological loads. So if you treat a trauma scene or, say, a sewage backup like a spilled coffee, you aren't just doing a bad job. You are actively creating a biohazard.
Which brings up the primary insight that frames this whole deep dive. Some messes are hazardous, not dirty.
Yes, that totally changes the metric of success. If you're dealing with a biohazard, looking clean is irrelevant if the pathogenic threat is still viable.
Right, and this is where we have to get specific about categories. You don't just have dirty water.
No, you have very distinct classes. So category 1 is clean water, a broken supply line, for instance. But the second that water interacts with contaminants, it shifts.
It becomes category 3.
Yes, black water. It contains unsanitary agents, harmful bacteria, fungi. That includes sewage, rising floodwaters, or standing water that's starting to support microbial growth.
And the source emphasizes you can't just upgrade the category by diluting it. Once it's category 3, the protocol completely shifts to containment and removal, which brings us to PPE standards.
Right, we aren't talking about slipping on some latex gloves here.
No, the requirement for personal protective equipment is about breaking the chain of infection.
Correct. The goal of PPE isn't to keep your hands dry. It's to prevent cross-contamination and respiratory exposure. We're talking full Tyvek suits, respirators rated for organic vapors, and really strict donning and doffing procedures.
Because if a technician walks out of a containment zone and tracks pathogens into a clean zone,
Yeah, because they didn't follow the doffing protocol, the entire remediation is compromised.
which ties perfectly into the legal side, the disposal. That section on the manifest trail really stood out. You can't just bag up bio-waste and toss it in the dumpster out back.
Absolutely not. That is a massive liability trigger. We're dealing with regulated medical waste. Those red bag protocols exist for a reason.
There has to be a chain of custody.
Exactly. From the moment the waste is generated to the moment it's incinerated, there needs to be a paper trail. If a red bag with your facility's address ends up in a municipal landfill, the fines trace back to the property owner, not just the cleaning company. It is a cradle-to-grave liability.
Wow. And that rigorous removal process isn't just for what you can physically bag up. It applies to invisible elements, too.
Oh, you mean odor?
Yes, the text treats odor as a distinct chemical entity, not just a nuisance.
It's one of the most misunderstood aspects of the industry. The text puts it bluntly. If it smells bad, something deeper is wrong. Odor is essentially volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, off-gassing from a source.
And this is where the distinction between disinfecting and deodorizing gets so critical. People conflate them all the time.
They do. You see commercial sprays marketed as odor eliminators, but chemically, they're usually just masking
It's
agents.
the sensory confusion.
Exactly, putting a stronger scent on top of the bad one. True remediation requires source removal. If you smell sulfur, you check for a gas leak. You don't just light a scented candle.
Right, so in specialty cleaning, if you spray a floral deodorizer over a sewage leak, you haven't removed the VOC source.
No, you've just created a floral sewage cocktail. The bacteria producing the odor is still active.
So if the smell persists, the job isn't done. The clean smell shouldn't be pine or lemon. It should be the absence of odor.
That is the gold standard. True clean has no smell.
That really reframes the whole industry.
Yeah.
You aren't paying these technicians to make things shiny.
No, you're paying them for the technical application of science to neutralize biological threats. It's applied microbiology and chemistry.
And it leaves you with a very practical way to assess your own environment.
It does. Next time you walk into a hotel room or a restroom and you are hit with a heavy wall of floral fragrance or bleach, don't just assume it's fresh. Ask yourself, what specific biological volatility is that scent trying to bury? Did they remove the hazard, or did they just perfume the bacteria?